AnEson Gibb, one of the top ranked boxers in the YouTube scene and a candidate for huge fights in the future. As of now, he's compared to the likes of KSI, Salt Poppy, and Slim, but is he actually that good? I mean, his recent fights were sorta bumpy with no real domination in the ring. So let's dive into the overrated boxing career of AnEson Gibb. Gibb started training in boxing a few years ago, but it wasn't until he decided to fully commit to it and start training seriously that things really took off. He even began documenting his journey on YouTube, sharing his progress with fans and giving them a glimpse into the life of a boxer. And it wasn't long before AnEson Gibb started making waves in the boxing community in the YouTube scene. He quickly gained a reputation for his hard work and dedication, and soon he was being sought after by promoters and other fighters alike. It seems like even more than his skills in the ring, it was his infectious personality and unwavering confidence that inspired people and really set him apart from other boxers. Fast forward to today, AnEson Gibb has got a massive following of fans who love watching him take on opponents in the ring, and his YouTube channel is still going strong with millions of subscribers. And all this shows is that AnEson Gibb's journey as a boxer has been nothing short of epic, and he's had his fair share of memorable fights along the way. One fight that fans will never forget was his much anticipated fight against Jake Paul. Now we all know Jake Paul. He's another YouTuber turned boxer who's been making waves in the sport. AnEson Gibb and Jake Paul had some beef between them, and fans were eager to see them go head to head in the ring. Unfortunately, the fight didn't go the way AnEson Gibb had hoped. He was knocked out in the first round by Jake Paul, leaving fans and even Gibb himself disappointed. But you know what they say, you can't win them all. And how can we forget the Taylor Holder fight? That was a big one for Gibb. I mean, after that loss to Jake Paul, a lot of people were starting to doubt him, but he didn't let that get him down. He bounced back in a big way with a fight against Taylor Holder, another TikToker. Now, a lot of people were skeptical about this fight. I mean, Taylor Holder is just another TikToker turned boxer, but he didn't exactly have the best track record when it came to fighting. But Gibb wasn't taking any chances. He trained hard and came into that fight ready to win. And as a result, it wasn't a close fight at all. Both of them were landing some solid shots, and it seemed like it could go either way in the first round. But in the end, AnEson Gibb showed everyone what he was really made of. He dug deep, pushed through, and came out on top with the win. And now, picture this: AnEson Gibb versus Austin McBroom. Two internet personalities with huge followings stepping into the ring to settle their differences. The lead up to the fight was insane, with fans from both sides talking trash, making predictions, and just generally hyping things up. But when the big day arrived, all eyes were on Gibb. Pressure was on, and everyone was waiting to see if he could live up to the hype. And boy, did he deliver. From the moment the bell rang, AnEson Gibb was a force to be reckoned with. He moved with grace and precision, dodging Austin's punches and landing his own with deadly accuracy. He did get knocked down, but fans were cheering him on, phones were out, and the energy in the arena was electric. In the end, AnEson Gibb emerged victorious. But let's face the real facts here. None of his opponents were skilled enough to make Gibb's victory something too legendary. But before we go into details, scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you always stay updated about what's going on in the world of boxing. AnEson Gibb has certainly made a name for himself in the YouTube boxing world, but some critics and a lot of boxing fans argue that he hasn't faced any truly skilled opponents yet. While he's had some impressive wins, such as his victory against Taylor Holder, some boxing enthusiasts say that Holder wasn't exactly a top tier fighter, knowing he was a TikToker. On the other hand, Gibb's fight against Jake Paul was certainly an eye-opener. Many fans were disappointed when he was knocked out in the first round, and it may seem like Jake Paul was a formidable opponent with an impressive track record in the ring, but it's worth noting that Jake Paul is still a YouTuber turned boxer, and not exactly the best or most skilled opponent out there. In fact, both of these internet personality turned boxers are still very much learning the ropes of the sport. While these two may have impressive followings and bring in massive audiences for their fights, it remains to be seen whether they'll be able to compete with more experienced fighters in the long run. But despite their lack of experience, it's hard to deny the entertainment value that these two bring to the sport of boxing. However, it's not just Gibb's past opponents that are being called into question and are actually not that skilled in the sport. His upcoming rematch with Austin McBroom has also raised some eyebrows. McBroom, while undoubtedly talented at content and sort of at boxing, is not a seasoned professional boxer. So some are wondering whether a victory against him would really prove anything one way or the other. Of course, it's not all bad news for AnEson Gibb. He's shown a lot of promise in his fights so far, and he's definitely a fighter to keep watching in the coming years. And let's not forget that he's got some serious potential. He's got some quick hands and impressive agility, which shows that he's putting in some serious work to improve his game, as proven by his insane transformation. Now, as we've said, some people might say that he hasn't really been tested yet, that he's only fought opponents who weren't at the top of their game. And while that may be true, it's also to remember that every fighter has to start somewhere, especially one that came from YouTube. But if AnEson Gibb wants to silence all the doubters and prove he's got what it takes, he's gonna have to start stepping up to the plate and taking on some tougher fights. Look, it's no secret that the boxing world is a tough one to crack. There's tons of talented fighters out there, but the fact still stands that if Gibb really wants to make a name for himself, he's gonna have to take on some seriously tough opponents. And if he can win those fights, well, that's when he'll start earning some serious respect from the boxing community and the YouTube scene. Let's be real, it's not gonna be easy. But if Gibb is willing to put in the time, the effort, and the hard work, which I know he is, he might just be able to pull it off. But when it comes down to it, the boxing world is all about proving yourself. And Gibb has got the potential to do just that. So while he is very overrated at the moment, let's give the guy some credit where it's due. He's working hard and putting himself out there, taking on new challenges and trying to improve his skills. Who knows, maybe his upcoming rematch with Nick Broom might elevate his status in the boxing world. And once he starts fighting true champions of the sport, then he might really prove himself as a skilled and deserving boxer. Regardless, Gibb has the potential to do some insanely big things in the ring and on social media, and we can't wait to see where his career takes him next. So what do you think about AnEson Gibb? Is he really all that in the world of YouTube boxing, or just a super hyped up YouTuber? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash the bell icon so you don't miss a single one of our videos. We'll see you next time, and remember, stay gloved.